Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my channel if you are brand new. My name is Danielle and I'm a full-time reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. Today I am back for another What Sold Wednesday video. You guys know the drill. This is a video that I release every Wednesday. I go through all of my sales from the previous week. I talk about them more in depth. I talk about what sold, how much it sold for, how much I paid for it, what platform it sold on, and how long it took to sell. So if you guys are interested in seeing my sales from last week, go ahead and keep watching and let's go ahead and jump right in. But before we go ahead and jump into last week's sales, I do want to thank Vendo for sponsoring today's video. If you guys don't know what Vendo is, first of all, I feel like you've been living under a rock because I talk about them all the time. Second of all, they are a long time sponsor of my channel and I absolutely love Vendo. They are actually the #1 cross-posting software for resellers. Adding something into your business like Vendo is a complete game changer. For me personally, it allowed me to not only add eBay, but also now Depop into my list of marketplaces. When before it was a little bit intimidating to cross-list onto more places without the ease of using Vendo. Vendo has also allowed me to relist my items very consistently, and I believe that relisting is very key to making sales and consistent sales because you don't only want to have new listings up every day, but you want to be relisting your old listings every day so that you can get those items with fresh eyes on them. So if you guys are interested in trying out Vendo, I will have a link down below where you can save 25% off your first month service. I promise you guys, you won't regret it and it will pay for itself. It is by far the thing that I recommend to people most. And if you're not quite sold on the idea, they do actually give 5 free listings. So you can go over and sign up on their website and you can actually get 5 listings before you have to buy anything. And then if you're loving it from there, you can go ahead and sign up. But now let's go ahead and jump into last week's sales. I have actually a really great sales week for you guys. I was actually surprised with how well last week went. Sales have been kind of just all over the place. I've had a good week and then I would have a bad week and then another bad week and then a good week, and it's just been kind of up and down. So last week was actually a really great week for me. We're going to be going over March 13th to March 19th. Starting with March 13th, the first sale I made was a Poshmark sale. This is a pair of Puma women's Fierce Gold high top sneakers in a size 8. These sold for $50 with a Poshmark fee of $10, and then I was left with $40. These I got from the thrift store for $7, and they took 9 months to sell. I don't really pick up Puma a ton. I do enjoy selling Puma. I think it's a great brand to sell, and I was actually very surprised that these ended up selling for $50. They didn't really get a ton of interest or have a ton of offers or anything, and then one day out of the blue, someone just bought them outright for $50. So it was definitely a really great sale. It had a really great profit because I only paid $7. They did sell in 9 months, which is a little longer than I wanted, but I honestly don't mind sitting with them for 9 months because I still did make a fairly decent profit, and I'm overall just very happy with this sale. The next sale on March 13th was an eBay sale. This is by Mark Jacobs, and it was a pair of orange perforated leather mouse ballet flats. These sold for $39, and these are from a flip lot, and they took 1 month to sell. This is a brand that I don't actually really pick up a ton, but this specific flip lot that I got is from one of my regular clients, and I decided to go ahead and grab these in there just because I don't love to exclude a bunch of stuff in lots for my regular clients just because I like to keep them as clients. But these actually had some fairly decent comps, and I want to say I had these listed at $45 originally. And then I want to say I sent offers a couple weeks ago, and then someone came back and offered me what I had offered 2 weeks ago. So I was like, of course I'll accept. It was a very reasonable offer, and honestly these sold very quickly and a lot faster than I even anticipated. So I'm really happy with it. And the last sale on March 13th was a Mercari sale. This is a pair of Bionic brand new without the tag women's mesh slip-on athletic mules in pink. These sold for $43 with a selling fee of $4.30, a processing fee of $1.55, and then I was left with $37.15. These shoes are again from a flip lot. These took 3 weeks to sell. I have to say, Bionic is a brand that I really enjoy selling. Typically it sells very quickly for me, and it always sells for a pretty great amount. I had these listed at $50 originally, and then this person offered $43. They actually came in the beginning with a very lower offer, and we went back and forth, and we settled on $43, and I was honestly really happy with that, and it still had such a great profit for myself and my client. And then moving on to March 14th, the only sale I had this day was an eBay sale. This is a pair of Eileen Fisher women's stretch crepe slim ankle pants in a size large. These sold for $50, and they were also from a flip lot. They took 1.5 weeks to sell, which is amazing. I really love selling this style of Eileen Fisher pant. I've sold it many of times in the past. I still have a ton for sale. My main client actually sends these to me all the time, and I can move them anywhere between like 40 and 50. Kind of varies, and I've sold them on Poshmark and eBay. None really on Mercari, but Poshmark and eBay, great movers for these pants. These are in a size large, which is why I think they sold 1.5 weeks. Typically, they take a little bit longer, but overall, I'm super happy with this. I had a great profit, and they sold extremely quickly. And moving on to March 15th, the first one I made was a Mercari sale. This is by the brand Trunk Ltd, and it was a women's charcoal gray distressed 1980 Invasion Van Halen hoodie. Wow, that was a title. It was a good title. This sold for $40 with a selling fee of $4 and a processing fee of $1.46, and then I was left with $34.54. This I got from a JOMAR box for $3.82. I don't remember what box, but I want to say it was most likely a CPR box. Those are basically the main ones that I do order besides shoe boxes. But this ended up selling in 2 months, and this actually really surprised me. I had it listed at $50 originally just because there was all the comps were kind of all over the place. Some were higher, some were lower. Mine did have a little bit of wear on it, and it was kind of faded on the front. So I decided to list it at $50 and just kind of see where that got me. This had a lot of interest on, I want to say all 3 platforms, Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. And this actually had an offer on eBay that was really, really low, and I didn't accept it. And then on Mercari, it had a very reasonable offer of $40, so I decided to accept that. And then obviously the fees are lower on Mercari. I don't know if they're lower than eBay. eBay's fees are like all over the place. But from Poshmark, it is lower, so I prefer to move things a little bit lower on Mercari. But this sold super fast, and I'm actually really happy with the profit. And the second and last sale on March 15th was a Poshmark sale. This was a Zara floral striped front knotted shirt in a size extra small. This sold for $17 with a Poshmark fee of $3.40, and then I was left with $13.60. This, I have no idea how much I paid. I have no idea when I got this, where I got this. Like, I honestly have no clue. So I'm happy it's gone. There are some things in my inventory that I've either had for such a long time or it's just kind of sitting around and not doing much. And those items, I'm just so happy to see them go, and this was one of those items. So even though I can't really tell you much about the sale, I am still happy. I don't gotta look at it anymore. And moving on to March 16th, the first one I made was a Poshmark sale, and it was actually a bundle. I don't really make bundle sales super often. There was a time where I actually made quite a few, and they kind of just fell off, and I just don't make them very often, which is fine. But this bundle sold for a total of $45, and it had a Poshmark fee of $9, and then I was left with $36. The first item in the bundle was a pair of Circus by Sam Edelman, just like nude sandals. These were in a size 8.5, and they were listed at $28 originally. These sandals were from a flip lot, and looking back now, I should not have gotten them in a flip lot just because they were not profitable enough to be getting them in a flip lot and then paying out a commission on them. But you live and you learn. And since then, I've definitely changed like what I get in flip lots, and I'm honestly changing that like every day. I learn every single day and week what I should be getting and what I shouldn't be getting in flip lots, and I just feel like I'm learning every day on that aspect of things. And the second item was actually a pair of Steve Madden like snakeskin heels, and these were in a size 9, and they were originally listed at $28 again. And these I actually got for $1.40, and I don't know where I got them from. Probably the thrift store. Either the thrift store or I bought it off of someone selling inventory. I can't remember. And I have no idea how long those took to sell. I know I've had them for a while. Honestly, both of these things I was kind of sick of looking at. More so the Steve Madden heels than the Sam Edelman sandals. But I was still happy that they both sold in the bundle. It was still a decent profit. And honestly, I'm just happy that they're gone and that I don't have to store them anymore. And the next sale on March 16th was another Poshmark sale. This is actually a pair of Ariat women's mid-rise Aero Fit bootcut jeans. They were in a size 33, and they sold for $54 with a Poshmark fee of $10.80, and then I was left with $43.20. These are also from a flip lot, and they took 1 month to sell. I absolutely love Ariat. It's by far one of my favorite brands and best performing brands. I want to say that Ariat actually has a 100% sell-through rate for me. I can't think of anything that never sold from them. And I have sold like stained jeans. I have sold like messed up jeans, Like, their stuff sells even when it's not in the best shape, which is great. I had these listed at $60 originally, I want to say, and so I received a $54 offer and immediately accepted. Literally a week before selling these, I got like a really low offer, and I had countered, I think, like 52 or 50 on them, and the person just declined, and I was like, that's great. I know the worth of Ariat, and it is not $30. So you really have to know your worth of some of your items, and that's kind of how you move things for higher, and that kind of comes with just practice and time of doing this. Overall, I'm very happy with this sale. They sold extremely quickly, and of course they had a great profit for myself and my client. And the last sale on March 16th was another Poshmark sale. This is a pair of Sam Edelman tan fringe moccasin boots. These were in a size 7, and they sold for $38 with a Poshmark fee of $7.60, and then I was left with $30.40. These are again from a flip lot, and they took 5.5 months to sell. These did take a little longer than I would like, but honestly, Sam Edelman is hit and miss for me. There are some things that sell so fast with Sam Edelman, and then there are some things that just sell so slow. This was kind of in the middle, and $38 was still a great price. I think I had them listed at $45, I want to say, originally, so I just went ahead and accepted that offer. But this was still a great sale, and I'm happy to sell these for my client. And moving on to March 17th, I made one sale this day, and it was a Poshmark sale. This is a pair of Rag & Bone women's suede ankle boots in a size 9.5. These sold for $52 with a Poshmark fee of $10.40, and then I was left with $41.60. These are from a flip lot, and they took 8 months to sell. And I don't know what the deal was with these boots, but I could not sell them to save my life. I had them listed actually fairly higher, like at 70 or something. And in the very beginning, when I got them, I actually had them listed even higher just based off comps and stuff. I remember getting very low offers on these boots, and I finally lowered the price a little bit. And finally, this person just offered $52, and I went ahead, I accepted, because I'm just, at some point, things just have to sell. And I know it's not as much as I initially wanted, but it's better to sell it for a little bit less and get it gone instead of just like not sell it at all. So I'm very happy that these ended up selling at all. I was losing hope there for a minute, but it still had a fairly decent profit for myself and my client, so I can't be mad. But I do wish they would have sold a little faster, especially being Rag & Bone. I definitely thought they would move a little quicker. And moving on to March 18th, I actually sent offers on Poshmark this day. So I have quite a bit of sales from that. Starting with the first sale, it was a pair of Dansko women's paisley navy nubuck shoes. These were in a size Europe 42, and they sold for $56 with a Poshmark fee of $11.20. And then I offered a shipping discount of $1.72, and then I was left with $43.08. These are from a flip lot, and they took 6 months to sell. These I thought would sell faster. Dansko is another brand that typically sells fairly quickly for me. There are pieces that have sold so fast, and then there are also pieces that have kind of sat. But typically I have very good luck with Dansko. There's not a lot of Dansko pieces that I don't sell, and these actually sold for a really great amount at $56. I had them listed at, I don't know what 20% off of that. Is it like 65? I want to say I had them listed at like 65 something. I don't know. It was around 65-ish. I'm just happy that these ended up selling. 6 months is not a terrible time frame at all, and it had a really great profit still, so I'm super happy with it. And next up was another Poshmark sale. This is a pair of Eileen Fisher women's black sand-washed Tencel wide leg pants. These were in a size extra large, and they sold for $32 with a Poshmark fee of $6.40, and then I offered a shipping discount of $1.72, and then I was left with $23.88. These are again from a flip lot, and they took 2.5 weeks to sell. I think if I wouldn't have sent offers, these probably would have sold for a little more, but sometimes it's just good to move things quickly, especially with as much inventory as I have. I just like to move things fairly quickly sometimes, even if it is for a little less than I would like. But overall, this was still a great price for these, because I could typically sell Eileen Fisher pants anywhere between $35 and $50, and honestly, or sometimes even more. It honestly just depends on the kind of pants, the size, the style, all that kind of stuff. But this was still a really great sale, and I'm happy to move it very quickly. And the next sale was another Poshmark sale. This was by Intimately Free People, and it was a women's eyelash lace slip dress in dark mustard. It was in a size small, and it sold for $30 with a Poshmark fee of $6, and then I offered a shipping discount of $1.72, and then I was left with $22.28. I got this from a flip lot, and this is something I honestly could have not gotten from a flip lot. I could have just left it out. I did have it listed at $38 originally, and if I hadn't sent offers, it might have sold for a little more, but honestly, Free People doesn't really sell for a ton in general, so I'm honestly happy it's gone. I typically don't sell Free People super fast at all, and this ended up selling in 5 weeks, so I honestly am happy with it still, and I don't think I would get it again from a flip lot. This is something I'd pick up at the thrift store if I could get it for like, I don't know, $3, $4, $5 even maybe, but for flip, it's just not a great item. Guys, I've been trying to be so picky with my flip stuff, but there's still little things that creep in because they just intrigue me, and I shouldn't get them at all. But using flip and doing consignment is still a huge learning curve for me, even after a year. There's just a lot to be learned, and things are changing all the time, and it's hard sometimes. But getting the hang of it, I still did make a small profit on this, so honestly, I just can't be mad at it. But I do wish it was just a little bit of a higher priced item. And the next sale was another Poshmark sale. This is a Torrid plus size distressed denim skirt in a size 22. This sold for $22 with a Poshmark fee of $4.40, and then a shipping discount of $1.72, and then I was left with $15.88. This I got from the thrift store for $4.50, and it took almost 6 months to sell. I am not super happy with this sale. I think Torrid is definitely on its way out the door. It has definitely taken a turn for the worse since I've been reselling. It used to sell so well for me, and I don't know how good of an item this skirt was. I probably should have not bought this, and I remember when I went to get this and when I was shopping at that day, I contemplated not even getting this, and I wish I would have listened to myself and not gotten it at all. But here we are, we have it, and we still did make a small profit. $10 profit's not amazing. I don't love to make a $10 profit, but honestly, I'm just happy it's gone. Some things just need to go. This was one of those, and even though it didn't take forever to sell, it just wasn't a great piece, and I definitely would not be picking it up again. And the last sale on March 18th was a pair of Lululemon men's ABC Classic Fit pants. These were in a size 36, and they sold for $64 with a Poshmark fee of $12.80. I offered a shipping discount of $1.72, and then I was left with $49.48. These are from a flip lot, of course, and they took 3.5 weeks to sell. I love selling Lululemon. I don't know anyone who doesn't like selling Lululemon. I would almost go as far to say that men's Lululemon performs better than women's, and I would not be surprised if that is definitely how it goes, just because I have better luck with men's Lululemon. I think there's one, not as much of it in the resale market, and number two, men don't really like beat around the bush and do a bunch of like random offers. They just kind of buy stuff. But overall, this was a really great sale. Sold super fast, sold for a great amount, had a great profit for myself and my client. So really, there's nothing to complain about. And finally, moving on to March 19th, the last day of last week. The first sale I made, it was a Poshmark sale. This was by the brand Fry, and it was an Olivia leather flap crossbody bag. This sold for $80 with a Poshmark fee of $16, and then I was left with $64. This took 4.5 months to sell, and it is from a flip lot. This surprised me because, as you guys know, I sent offers the day before, and this had active offers on it, and then some random person came by and bought it. And that's another reason why sending offers is so important, because it not only moves the items that you're sending offers on, but I feel like for some reason it gets newer people coming to your items as well. I don't know how that works, but it does. But the offers active on this that this person was not sent were actually lower than $80. So when they sent the $80 offer, I went ahead and just accepted. It was a great offer. I want to say I had this listed at like $90 originally, so $10 off asking, which was amazing. This sold super fast. I was surprised. I'm not a big fan of selling bags and accessories and all that kind of stuff, but I thought I'd give it a try with this bag because my flip client wanted to send it to me, and I'm actually very surprised. I think I have a hard time photographing this stuff just because I'm not used to it, and I just feel like my photos look weird, but I'm still happy with this sale. I think it had a really great profit, sold super fast, and maybe I'll get into bags a little more. Probably not though. The next sale was another Poshmark sale. This is by the brand Sorel, and it was a pair of women's Ella leather sandals in a size 8. These sold for $34 with a Poshmark fee of $6.80, and then I was left with $27.20. These, again, are from a flip lot. They took 6 months to sell. These, I had a ton of interest on these. So much interest, and they just weren't selling, and then finally, they sold for $34. Makes me super happy. I want to say they were listed at 40, maybe 38, somewhere around there. And this again had active offers on it, and someone just came up and offered just separately that didn't get sent those offers. So I'm really happy with this sale. It had a fairly decent profit, not amazing. Sorel's a brand I really like to sell, but sandals I don't know if I will pick up from flip again. Thrift store, yes. Flip, I don't know yet. But overall, I'm still super happy with this sale. And the last sale on March 19th and of last week was a pair of American Eagle Dream Jean Curvy Distressed High-Rise Skinny Jeans. These were in a size of 14, and they sold for $44 with a Poshmark fee of $8.80, and then I was left with $35.20. These are again from a flip lot, and they took 3 weeks to sell. I love American Eagle jeans. This is another bread and butter for me. Like, it is one of my favorite things to sell ever. It's really hard for me to not get these jeans in flip lots just because they sell so fast for me. And these particular jeans are actually their Dream Jean line, which if you're not familiar with American Eagle, these are actually their most expensive, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's their most expensive line of jeans that they sell. They have like the next level stretch, some like super stretch, like a bunch of different ones, and the Dream Jean is actually their most expensive one. And when I have Dream Jeans, I always list them higher because they will sell higher just because they retail for higher. And these, I was very surprised they sold for $44. I honestly expected to sell them for like $40, and I had them listed at, I want to say like, you know what, I might have had them listed at like $50 originally, but I got a really reasonable offer in 3 weeks, which is absolutely amazing, and I'm just super happy. American Eagle, love it. If you're not picking up American Eagle Distressed Skinny Jeans, I would highly recommend. I would stick with high rise just because that's the best performing one for me personally, but if you haven't even tried it before, I would highly recommend. I will pay at the thrift store up to like $6, $8 for them, just because I know they will sell super fast. But overall, this was a really great sale. It had a really great profit for myself and my clients, and they sold really fast. Alright, you guys, that is it for this week's What Sold Wednesday video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I want to say my favorite sale from last week is probably the Fry bag, just because I don't really sell bags super often. I would say the Lululemon pants, but like it's not really surprising. And the Ariat jeans also aren't really that surprising. So we're just going to go with the Fry bag. As always, let me know what your favorite sale was down below. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to check out Vendo down below. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit that bell notification to be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again next week.